Hey, what is up guys, it is your boy, I'm up here today bringing you another video today, and today guys, we're actually going to be going over my Nergigante build, or my deck build, let me say, for Nergigante. Now this is a brand new game, you guys may not know this, and this is the first time posting a video of it on the channel. This is called Teppen. It is a really fun card game that Capcom and Gunho just released. It is a ton of fun. If you guys don't know who Gunho is, Gunho I think made Let It Die, and I forgot the other two games they made that they're known for. That was the games that they've made, and it's a lot of fun. The artwork in this game is phenomenal, the animations, the voice acting, everything is so good. So let me just go into this saying that yes, this deck is, you've probably seen it a lot, especially if you are pretty high up on the ladder. I would say above C rank, at least C3. Everything above C3 you're going to see a lot of Nergigante. Is going to see this a lot because it's a very popular deck, and it may even well be the best deck of the game. Right now with it, I do have a 68% win percentage with the deck, and it's kind of ridiculous, and I would say a deck is pretty top tier if the win rate is like above 60%. So yeah, let's get into this though. So real quick, let me tell you how this is going to go. We're going to show you the deck itself, and then we're going to show you the replays of me playing with the deck to show you how it works. So here we go, right here, Nergigante deck, and we're using a revenge deck, of course, because he's, I don't know what element this is actually called. I'm assuming it's like the dark element, but actually let me not do that one. Let me actually go to view deck, and this is the deck we're using. Now I want to go off and say this, this deck, like I said, has been seen probably by a lot of people, or a lot of people use this deck, so I'm not claiming I was the first one to make it, but I did take a lot of inspiration from a lot of people that I see online, and I was like, you know what, this is probably the best one that I can make. So with the cards that I have, at least. So you can see right here, you may notice that we have a lot of cards like this right here. Sacrifices. Our goal is to sacrifice our life and flood the board and just deal damage. So the whole reason why we're sacrificing life is actually, can I see it from right here? Yes, I can. So Spike launches Nergigante's ability. It's his second ability you unlock, I think at level 3 or 5. Whenever he gets Spike launched, Nergigante becomes an absolute powerhouse. I'm talking about, he is able to split damage equally, sacrifice life points to all enemy units, which is nuts. So what that means is units that like are this right here, Neville Angelo, whenever you play him, you sacrifice 3 life. So it adds 3 to this card art right here. And then on top of that as well, we have stuff like Murderous Spikes, which sacrifice 3 life and we're able to destroy an enemy unit with 2 or less attack. And then we have stuff like Gathering right here. I don't know how to say that last word, so I'm not going to say it. I'm not even going to try to butcher it. We sacrifice 2 life and we're able to destroy a unit that costs 3 MP or less, which is very strong. And then you can kind of see that that's what we do. And then you may be like, OP, doesn't that kind of suck though, because you have a bunch of units like, most of your deck is built up of units and cards that sacrifice your life. Well, we have a really strong card in this deck, which is the 1-cost card right here, Selfish Predation. Now, Selfish Predation is pretty fucking good because it's a 1-cost card. You're able to sacrifice a card. So let's say if a card's already about to die in a fight, and you know they're gonna die, what you do is you just pop this right before they die, then boom, 7 HP for you. That is really strong. I'm talking about stupid strong. That right there is ridiculously, and I definitely see like, this seems like it possibly could get a nerf, because the more and more I think about this deck, the more and more I feel like this is already on Gunho and Capcom's radar to nerf this deck, to be honest, because it's kind of nuts, and it's the only deck you ever see in top, well, like the higher ranks of rank play. So you can kind of see too, we're not only sacrificing our life, but we're also running a revenge deck alongside of it. So you see right here, we have Zombie. Zombie's going to give us 1 MP, and then whenever he comes back, he's going to come back as a +2 attack monster. So he's going to be a 5/2 monster. Pretty good, pretty monstrous attack right there. We have stuff like Cerberus. So whenever he dies and comes back, he will be a 1/3. So in total, you know, a 3/7. And then of course Tyrant right here, which is really good. Probably the best force level 4 revenge monster you can have. The reason for that is because whenever you first put him out though, yeah, he's kind of weak, you know, he's a level 4, or he has 4 attack and then 1 defense. But the problem is that once he comes back, dude, he's a monster. He's going to come back as 4 attack and then 9 HP. So it's really good. And he's very good, and also he's able to destroy any unit with attack 1 or less on death, which is stupid, because that's able to deal with a ton of flyer monsters in the game. That's able to deal with a ton of stuff that just have 1 HP, because there's a lot of units in the game that have like 1 not 1 HP, but 1 attack. 1 attack, and then they have like 10 defense or something like that. And then on top of that as well, this right here is pretty decent, I want to say. This is a card that allows you to destroy a friendly unit, then destroy a random unit on the team or on the field, which is good whenever you can't get over those high level monsters. And then of course we have Silent Execution here. Silent Execution is another really good card. This will destroy a unit with 2 attack or less, or if you're at 15 HP or less, which is very likely with this deck, you're going to sacrifice, or you can sack a 3 attack or less unit, which is really good. I do want to say that if you can, replace one of these cards with the Infection, I think it's called, level 5 card if you have it. It's a legendary. It is going to work wonders for you. It's a very good card. I recommend at least running one of those in the deck because it's going to be phenomenal. Also, you may ask me, what about Lord Raptor here? Lord Raptor is pretty good as well. You may see this and you say, while HP is 3 or less, gain +3 attack. You may be like, OP, that kind of sucks. Well, it's not based on your hero HP. It's based on his HP. So whenever his HP goes to 3 or less, he's going to increase his attack by +3. So he's going to become a 5 attack monster, which is really good. And then of course, I think I already covered this with the summon minions, just so we can get out cards on the field faster and sacrifice our life even more. Yeah, apart from that though, guys, that's actually the deck right there. If you guys just came for the deck, the code will also be, or the link will also be in the description. So if you guys want to do that, you know, copy that code, you know, you can paste it and use my deck if you want to, or take inspiration from it and make your own Nergigante deck, which is what I recommend doing. So now we're going to go into some replays. So I'm going to put this on 2 speed. Actually, no, we'll put it on 3 speed because I don't want y'all to be here all the time. So you're going to see we're going to be playing against this X player. Let me just tell you, in the higher ranks, you only see Nergigante, which kind of makes me feel like this deck will get nerfed, or at least its skill, because this skill is what makes this deck so strong. I definitely feel like this should be more a higher AP cost skill, so you can't use it as frequently, because 17 AP is very easy to just kind of keep cycling, you know what I mean? So it's not hard at all. So you can see right here, this X player is absolutely getting demolished already. He's trying to put out cards on the field, but I think he was kind of new. I don't think he was that high ranked, because I am B4 right now. I think this guy was C5 or C3. I can't remember. He wasn't that high ranked, so he was probably just using X. And yeah, you can see right there, pretty easy win. Pretty easy. You kind of saw it was kind of fast, but pretty much if you watch that, we actually will put it on 2 speed because I actually went by really fast. I'm pretty sure you guys couldn't even analyze that. But pretty much what you saw right there was us swarming the field, which is what we want to do. We want to swarm the field, and then any monster that we can't deal with, or whenever they try to swarm the field back at us, we use Spike Launch, or any monster we can't deal with, we use Spike Launch to get rid of them. Now here we are against a mirror match of Nergigante versus Nergigante. I think this match was actually pretty close if I remember correctly. This actually came down to the wire. So we're going to put it on 2 speed because 3 speed was just way too fast. It just went by way too quick. So you can see right here, we're both kind of running the similar setup. I'm pretty sure our deck is almost very similar, almost exactly the same. I think he was running Psycho Cut instead though, if I'm not mistaken. You can see right here, he's actually using Summon Creature, or no, I'm actually using Summon Minion, trying to get another card out on the field. I see that he has this Flight Monster, and the good news is that since it's only a 2 attack Flight Monster, I can easily get rid of it with Murderous Spikes. So you see right here, he's going to actually pop this to try to get rid of us all. I don't actually agree with this right here. This that card that actually just played. Where is it? Oh wait, it actually, I can't see it again. Well, that card right there, I don't really agree with it. It's kind of cool, I want to say. I think it based on what is it, your attack or your defense? I think it's your defense or your HP on the card. It will split it among all of your all the enemy's cards, so all of my cards. I don't really agree with that too much because it just doesn't seem like that good of a card to me. It's decent, I want to say, but I don't really see you getting much use out of it. So yeah, you can see right here, he's kind of playing some similar stuff. We actually are flaying the field a lot better than him though. He's already at 15 HP, which I should be watching out for this card right here, but I don't know. I don't see a lot of people using Silent Execution. It's such a good card. I don't understand why people don't use it. But Silent Execution can definitely be in that 3 attack range, so he actually could kill my Great Gyros right there. I think that's what it is. I don't play Monster Hunter that much, so I don't actually know his name. I definitely don't think he had it in his deck. If it did, he didn't play it if I remember correctly. And you can see right here, you see 2 units on the field. I'm going to use Spike Launch right there to get rid of them instantaneously. Then boom, they are gone. And you can kind of see we're pretty much in the winning seat right now. There's nothing really to worry about. We're going to summon Arkham onto the field, so whenever we lose Arkham, or if I sack Arkham myself, but I actually don't have anything to sack him, like the heal whenever I sack a unit and then I get 7 HP. If I had that out on the field, I probably would use that just to get my card back. So you see right here, I'm actually not even going to play to try to fight that guy. I don't care about taking HP damage. I'm trying to go for the win. And I don't understand what he did. I'm assuming that was a misclick right there. Oh, actually, no, it wasn't, because he does this. He does this. I was about to say, I don't remember him doing that, but I was gonna say, dude, that was such a huge misclick if he did that, because or I guess like a misswipe, if he just placed his Tyrant up there and he didn't actually put it right here, because that would left him wide open, and that could have been game right there if he didn't have that card. So you see right here, we're still looking out pretty good. Our ability cards, we're kind of flooded with ability cards though currently in our hand, so it kind of sucks a little bit, but we're gonna be all right. We're okay. So we don't need to worry too much. So you see he actually summons this card, which this guy right here gives me problems at times because it's really hard to deal with them if Spike launches him up. But you see right there, boom, that is a win. So now we're going to show you a match up against Ryu. I wanted to use a different character because we did Nergigante, X, and Ryu now. So yeah, Ryu is pretty, he can kind of be of a nuisance against this deck. But you can kind of see here, we're going to do the same thing, you know, spawn people on the field, sacrifice our HP, this is all we're going for. He can kind of be a nuisance depending on who he plays, and this right here was what I was talking about. You see the 1 in 10, so I'm like, dude, I'm not even going to deal with that because that's just a long game that I don't want to deal with right now, so I'm just going to destroy it. And even if he counteracts it, so you see right here, he deals 6 damage to me, but I'm like, hey man, I don't care. I forced you to use that card now, then boom, that is that. Ryu can actually be kind of a problem because of this skill right here that he has on, the Hadouken. The Hadouken can be very, very difficult to deal with because to deal 7 damage to an enemy can suck, especially whenever you start getting out your high revenge monsters. Once revenge is activated, like it can be very difficult to actually deal with that. The only one that in this deck that can actually survive his Hadouken is Tyrant, I think. I don't think the other revenge monsters can, unless I'm just not thinking of it on the top of my head. So it can be kind of difficult. So you see right here, I'm like, bruh, I'm not even dealing with it. I'm destroying this man. And even if he pops a card to try to save it, unless he's playing Morgan or Dante, I'm not really worried that he's using a purple card in his deck that allows him to to negate a monster, or not negate an effect, but to negate a to negate a card effect, a ability effect. So I don't want that, and I don't need to deal with it. You see right here, the Hadouken comes out, which is kind of I want to say a bad thing. If I was the Ryu player, I wouldn't mind letting that dog stay alive because he wasn't that big of a threat. Because here's the thing now, right, is that if I get a high level monster out on the field, or not a high level monster, let's say if I bring back one of my revenge cards, like right here, that's a 5/2 that you need to deal with now, and that's going to be kind of difficult to deal with. So you see he actually pulls out his Ryu, and I'm like, you know what, fuck that shit. Down spikes, boom, dead. And I actually think my spikes is currently at 11 life, so yeah, it's still 11 damage, which is really good. And you can see we're already back at 7 out of 17 AP, and we're looking really, really nice right now. And there's nothing we really need to worry about. And you see right there, boom, and he actually spawns a flyer, or a flight unit. I just say, fuck that shit. Use, what is this, Murderous Spikes? Yep, Murderous Spikes, and then boom, just insta-kill. Now he's going to deal 3 damage to me, but I don't care. That helps me. You destroyed one of the zombies, and that's going to give me 1 MP whenever he dies, which that's good for me, man. The only sucky part now is you see this. This happens very, I would say it's rare, but it's pretty consistent if you're not careful. So I actually look at this, and I'm like, okay, so I have to use this silent assassination. He is able to kill this monster. I think I do kill it. Yeah, I kill it. I think I even sack my zombie right here, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, I don't. But I'm pretty sure I sack my zombie soon. Or I couldn't have. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, right there, if he didn't actually put down that card, what I would have had to done is, I would have had to sack my zombie with this card right here, the Selfish Predation, and I would have had to hope to God that I draw a monster. That doesn't happen too much with this deck, but it is a very, I would say it happens probably 1 in every 6 fights, I want to say. 1 in every 6 fights. You probably will see that happen to you, and the way how you counteract that is just try to balance out your ability uses and your card uses. So yeah, also in this game right here, I was actually running only 2 of the Great Gyros right here, and I now run 3, so that could have also been a pretty big factor too, because I have more monsters than I have ability cards, because I think I was almost even in this game right here, because I was still experimenting with the deck and kind of seeing the other stuff. And you see right here, this Ryu player, man, I feel bad for him, man. I don't know what else he could really do. You see that right there? He pulls out a 9 card, which this is actually somewhat of a misplay for me, because actually no, it's not. I thought I had the card that allowed me to what is it? That allowed me to destroy a 2 attack or higher monster, or 2 attack or less monster, and I didn't. So yeah, but that right there, you see, we're perfectly fine. He's actually going to destroy this, or no, I'm actually going to destroy this, try to get my monster back on the field, and I don't know why he did that. I have no idea. that I don't guess he read this card effect, which is what I'm assuming that he didn't do, because the whole reason why I wanted to do that is so I get the revenge monster in my EX pocket. And I don't care if I don't get the health. I mean, yeah, the health would have been nice, but I was looking for the EX monster because I just want to end this fight faster, and then boom, the Ryu lost. So that is the deck for Nergigante. The only decks that I really lose up against is other Nergigantes and the really annoying Morgana. I don't know if her name's Morgana or Morgan. I don't know how people pronounce it specifically, but her deck is extremely annoying because she has a ton of cards that are able to halt, especially Dante can probably give you some problems too. But she has a bunch of cards that are able to halt, and then once they halt, she's able to insta-kill a halt target, which is very, very strong. Not only that, she has I forgot what card it is in the deck, but she has a monster card that has a resonate ability, which is every time you use an ability card, it gains stuff. So one of its resonate abilities, every time it uses a ability card, it gains like +1/+1. And if the Morgan has literally 16 ability cards, it's very likely that thing can get pretty monstrous pretty quickly. And if they draw that on turn 1, yeah, it's not going to look too great for you. But that's pretty much the deck right there, man. That is the deck that I've been using. Apart from that, though, guys, I would say the last thing is if you do have the infection card, please use the infection card. It's going to be really, really good for you, and I recommend using it. At least one of them in your deck because it's such a good card. That's going to be it for the video today, man. Thank you all for coming out, man. That's just my first Teppen video. If you guys have any recommendations or you guys have any recommendations for my deck specifically, please do it down in the comments below. I'm always willing to experiment and try to get better at the game. Currently at B4, trying to climb, maybe trying to see if I can get in that top, what is it, 10,000 or 1,000 players. I want to try to get in there before this season ends and see how good I can become at this game, because I really like it and I'm very, very passionate about it so far. I really enjoy the game. So yeah, part of that, guys, thank you all for coming out, man. It's been your boy OP, and I'm out, guys. Peace.